Alright guys, it is giveaway time yet again at Futtrading, and it is another monster giveaway. We're giving away yet another Xbox Series S. Alternatively, if you don't like Xbox and you don't want to play Xbox, you can get £250 to put towards a PlayStation or whatever else it is that you wish to get. You've just got to subscribe to enter. What do you get for your money? For £10 a month, just £10, you get yourself access to Tier 1, which is buying and selling prices for our fodder flips, for our special cards, for our icons, and the weekly trading guide and club stock guide that are handwritten by me. Tier 2 gets you all of that, plus our live sniping filters and our fluctuations area. This live tracks the market 24 hours a day, allowing you to target your buys. And Tier 3 is £20 a month. It gives you everything on that website, but it also gives you access to our Discord bot that direct pings you with the deals that you can go out and buy. Literally says there's a deal on the market, go and pick it up. It's an amazing, amazing tool. So yeah, get involved, giveaway, Xbox Series S. Let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below and make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. You have got 4 days now to subscribe over at Futtrading for your chance to win an Xbox Series S or £250 in cash. One of you guys is guaranteed to win that prize. We are rebuilding the site from scratch behind the scenes. A brand new build is coming, and it's going to be the most amazing community that we could possibly build on FIFA, with things like weekly tournaments for you guys to get involved with for prizes, areas that you guys can get to sort of engage with each other, trading areas obviously that we've already got on there, grinding areas to teach you guys how to craft packs for free. It's going to be like your one-stop shop as part of this community that we're going to build for you guys, and it's looking incredible. So make sure you get involved to become part of that Futtrading community. But this video is all about something that I'm looking at quite intently tonight and tomorrow. And that is some of the Road to the Final cards and how their games, but more specifically how the draws will affect their prices. Some of the cards are holding low at the moment because either they're sort of meh cards at the moment, or there's a bit up in the air as to whether or not they're going to get upgrades. And results tonight in certain games could see those cards absolutely fly. And then you couple with that the draws tomorrow morning for the Europa League and the Conference League, and suddenly things could get very, very spicy. So we're going to head over to Footwiz and all the other places we need to look for the details and go from there. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome to Road to the Final. And we are genuinely not interested at the moment in these UCL cards, really. I've not really got much of an interest in those cards currently. What we care about are these cards down here. That's where our thought process is. So a lot of these cards have held quite low in value, and there's numerous reasons for this. What your aim and ambition to do really is to keep an eye on results tonight to see what these cards do. And then from there to also keep an eye on the draw tomorrow, and I'll tell you why. So let's start the games tonight. So one big game tonight, for example, is Napoli versus Barcelona. Now, Napoli and Barcelona right now is 1-1. If you get the Europa League fixtures up, it's 1-1 on our aggregate with Napoli playing at home. Now, Ansu Fati is sitting at 375,000 coins. It helps that he links to someone like Pedri and to Ferran Torres or whatever. It's a lot though. It's a lot. And there's no real guarantee that Barcelona get through. So this card, for example, I'd be looking at tonight if I was on a high budget and thinking, right, if they lose tonight, he's going to get absolutely hammered. But we know there's a value in him because of what he's been selling for. So I could buy him with a massive drop. Where I'd be really interested in is Lozano. If Napoli win tonight, they're into the knockout rounds. Now, for those that don't know, the Road to the Final cards get a win for we get an upgrade for the first knockout win, so if they win the first game, and then they get an upgrade if they qualify for the quarterfinals. So let's say Napoli did win tonight. They go through. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Barca are pretty terrible. They go and win. Lozano then goes through to play and goes into the draw basically for the Europa League. Now, these are the games here, which are the playoff games. This is the draw. And so the draw is going to take place tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So let's say Napoli beat Barcelona. He'll probably see a bit of a jump in price. And then tomorrow we get here and we go to the draw. Now, if they get someone like a Leverkusen or Lyon, someone goes back to a bit of a difficult game for them. But if they got someone like a Savina, if they pronounce Savina Svedza, I don't know if you pronounce that, but they get someone like that, or maybe a Galatasaray who aren't having the best season at the moment, or Spartak Moscow who've just sort of come back, you may see the Napoli cards rise because it's an easier game. It's a much more winnable game. And so someone like Lozano, for example, could do quite well by that. Because people think, well, actually, they've got their first game at home, I believe it is. They play second leg at home. Yes, their first leg's at home. So if Napoli beat one of those teams at home, he's going to get an upgrade either way. So it's worth maybe buying one of him and holding on to him for that exact reason. Because they go and do that. Conversely, if we look at someone like Bowen's at 18,000 coins for what is a pretty good Premier League right mid, okay? Now, they've already got through, and they're the group winners with West Ham, so they're seeded in this draw. Now, they played a second leg at home, which is a bit of a meh for this, because they've got to go and win. But when we look at the Europa League sort of potential teams they could get, there is some dross in here, realistically. Sheriff and Braga, I know Sheriff beat Inter Milan and Real Madrid, but they're a meh team. There is some dross in here. Olympiacos, if they got through, maybe a Zenit, a Dinamo Zagreb, although they're probably not getting through. Again, a decent draw could see Bowen jump quite nicely. And I think West Ham, people are underestimating how good West Ham are this season. And there's a chance that they could beat a lot of the teams that are here. They really could. They're competing in the Premier League and they're doing very, very well. So for me, let's say they got, I don't know, Rangers. I know, again, Rangers fans won't like me saying this, but they're not one of the better teams. I know they did well against Dortmund up till now. But they say they got a Rangers, and that was the team that they went and got. Again, people fancy their chances against them. And so it's things like that. And then we look at these cards here that are the Europa League, well, the Europa Conference League cards. And this is where I've got quite a decent bit of interest in, because, for example, Jamie Vardy is sat at 126 right now on Xbox 103. So the Conference League, these are the teams that Leicester could possibly play, for example. And now, Leicester are already 4-1 up, is it? I think it's, 4-1 up against Randers, right? It would take something catastrophic for them to not go through. And that game's going to kick off very soon. So they're probably going to go through. Now, if you look at the teams there is no one there massively, other than a couple of teams that would scare the likes of Leicester. Alkmaar, no. Basel, no. Copenhagen, no. Feyenoord, probably not. Ghent, probably not. Lask, probably not. Rennes and Roma, pretty decent teams. Obviously, Roma are a good team, without a doubt. They're probably the only teams that are really, really going to scare the likes of Leicester. And so if Leicester did get a win again, their first game, the Europa League Conference League group, has played the return legs at home. So Leicester would get the first leg of that game. They would get the first leg of that game. So a really good chance for him to get an upgrade by beating a team at home. And then if they won by a lot, then the good chance that he gets a further upgrade. And then the same thing when it comes to looking at someone like Chris Smalling. He is 19,000 on each console. I've talked about him up until left, right, centre this week. But he's 19,000, okay? Now, Roma are a group winner. They're a group winner. And if we look at the possible teams that are coming through, so Marseille, Karabag, Marseille again, Camara is another card that does it. You've got Bodo Glimt, PSV on Tel Aviv is up in the air there, Partizan of Sparta Prague, Leicester, PAOK, is it PAOK? Is that pronounce that? Midtjylland, Vitesse, Rapid Vienna, Slavia Prague and Fenerbahce. There is no one really there that Roma are going to be that scared of. And Roma probably can beat all those teams. So suddenly there's someone like this Smalling, there's at 19,000 coins. Well, let's have a little look at him, because you go, look at Italian League Serie A players, and you go, right, well, Skriniar, who is going to be not far off what Smalling is at that point, is 82,000 coins. Smalling can be sort of linked over to other leagues, for example, and he's a live card. If Roma get a very nice draw, then there's no saying that this card doesn't spike. But even if he doesn't initially spike, buying one of him is a no-brainer, because they only need 1 or 2 wins, and he goes up as fodder price as it is. But 2 wins for Roma, so them getting the knockout win and then qualifying for the next round, if he gets up to an 88 rated card, that's going to be a very, very nice card indeed. A really, really nice card. And you're looking at that card and going, right, well, it's not going to be quite Koulibaly level, but it's probably going to be Skriniar level, and it's still going to be live. It's still going to be a live card that can be upgraded. So when you look at Koulibaly being 277k, it's a superb card, that Koulibaly, and obviously at the moment the streets above the Smalling. But if Smalling wins, suddenly it starts to close the gap on that Koulibaly, and the Koulibaly needs to get an upgrade based upon a special card being given to him. Smalling's just getting upgraded based upon wins. If Roma do well and progress, he goes up in price. And there's no guarantee. There is no guarantee that these cards go up in price, but it's easy to sort of find common links to players, and you go, right, that's what they're costing. If you look at someone like Kamara, for example, if we look at this Boubacar Kamara, now, they're going to beat Karabag almost certainly. They are 3-1 up against Karabag. It'd be difficult to see them not. They need a goal, basically, and it probably does it. There's a chance they don't, of course. Kamara's a very good card, okay? Again, no one in the Conference League that Marseille would be too scared of playing. They're not a bad team. And again, 1 or 2 upgrades for him and he becomes a sensational CDM. And then we go and have a little look at the French League, and we compare him to other French players in that league. So we go positions. Sometimes it messes up here, which is a bit jarring. But if we go central midfielders, it should be able to hopefully do it. But we'll go for midfielders. Is it going to let us do it? It is. If we look at cards that are sort of in a similar sort of vein, it's Kakare, for example. 183,000 coins, 230,000 coins on that Kakare card. So again, if that Kamara gets an upgrade or 2 and gets to the level of that Kakare card, because he wouldn't be that far behind, a card that's sort of 40k could get up to maybe 70, 80k. Guendouzi plays for the exact same club. Admittedly, Kamara right now isn't quite Guendouzi level, But Kamara, a couple of upgrades as a defensive midfielder, probably does surpass Guendouzi. And so I'd be looking at them very, very hard. So my advice for you tonight is keep an eye on the scores in those games, because I think wins, especially like Lozano, wins in those games the teams could see those cards spike and drop. If they drop, they might drop in panic and you can buy in, hold and sell when they rise back up again. Or if they rise based upon the fact that that team are winning, you could or do win, you can do very, very well from it. Then we use that knowledge and what we've got there to wait for the draw tomorrow. And 12 o'clock is the Europa League draw. 1 o'clock, this is European time, by the way, so I think it's 11 and 12 UK time, is the Conference League draw, okay? Keep an eye on those draws, because a very good draw for someone like Roma or Leicester could see those cards spike even further and see them do very, very well. And especially those cards that are coming from the playoff rounds that get their first leg at home. If they get a weak team in that game, there's a good chance that they might get an upgrade, because those players will get an upgrade based upon the team winning against a crapper team. So even if they don't qualify for the quarterfinals, there's a good chance they get a win in the knockout rounds, and their first win, they get an upgrade, they become an even better card. But that'll be the end of the video. If you are new around here, as always, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.